Hello, my friends, my GoPro Academy people. I'm so excited to talk to you today. I hope you're having an amazing day. We are having at this home a very interesting week. I'm currently in my son's bedroom on his gaming chair. Look, his video game chair. Chatting with you today. That's our view in the back. We got a lot of stuff going on. There's probably 50 people in this house. We just had to send somebody away that wanted to do something in this room. Holy moly, anybody who's ever moved knows what we're dealing with. But this is on a scale that's kind of unusual. So, first world problems. I'm excited to be able to chat with you today. I hope you've been getting value. I've really been enjoying seeing everybody's results that they're getting from group strategies from a few weeks ago, the results that they're getting from customer strategies from this last week. And today what I want to do, and just know, I mean, we've been doing like a 10-week course on social media. But over the course of the year, because social media is becoming such a big deal for scale, you still need face-to-face, person-to-person in order to be able to have stability and retention. But for scale, social media is really helping to change the game. So every couple of weeks or so, every 2-3 weeks, I'll be doing something about social media, bringing in a case study, bringing in an expert, talking about something. But there's an awful lot of things that we need to talk about over the course of this year. We talked a little bit yesterday about, or last week, about customer acquisition using social media. And today what I want to talk about is how to effectively manage your team. How do you effectively manage your team? And something is important in the management of a team, and one word for your notes, and that word is communication. The leader who has the best ability to communicate the most fully within their organization will win. So what does that mean? Here's what it means. Are things going to change in your business? Is there going to be new products? Is there going to be changes to your company? Is there going to be changes in the organization? Is there going to be updates and improvements and distractions? And that's called constant, right? It's never going to stop. You're going to constantly be dealing with change. It's the organization that is the most nimble, the number one, prepared mentally for change, but also the most capable of communicating that change to an organization that's going to win. It helps you deal with change. It helps you promote effectively any campaign, event, strategy, product. It helps you keep people mentally framed in the proper mindset in regards to whatever issue is going on. It helps you in 1,000 different directions. So what I want to talk to you today is I want to give you some strategies that whether you have 2 people on your team or 200,000 people on your team, you need to be thinking about these strategies in the form of how do you effectively connect with people in a way that allows you to be have the team that's the most well-informed and most mentally positively framed. And when I say mentally positively framed, let me talk to you about what I mean by that. Let's say there's an ingredient change in your product and everybody was in love with that ingredient. You have a choice as a leader as to how to frame that change. You can say, oh my God, I can't believe they changed this ingredient. This sucks, right? That's one way to deal with that. A second way to deal with it is, I know you're upset about the changes that's going on and but you know, you shouldn't be so upset because it's okay. And a third way, for example, and I'm making this up, would be to say, this is the best thing that could have ever happened to the company because this particular ingredient created this regulatory problem and this issue and this delivery issue and this expansion into global markets issue. And as long as we had that particular ingredient, there was only so far we were going to go as a group. So I'm so happy the company made the change in order to be able to create a launch pad for us to be able to grow. So you see what I'm saying? There's different ways that you need to frame things, okay? And some of that comes from leadership and some of it comes from mindset. One thing I will tell you that I've learned from communication is positively framed honesty is almost always the best policy. I'll tell you a story about communication. I was one of the owners of a company called TPN in the 90s. And we had a communication platform that I'm going to discuss with you today that was very good. We had the ability to reach people. But one of the things that we did every week is we communicated with everyone in the field, and we made sure that everyone in the field plugged into that communication. And that wasn't easy. That took some work. That took over a year of consistent work to get people to realize how important it is, or it was, to be able to be connected to this platform. And we had the biggest disaster happen to our core product that you can imagine. We from circumstances outside of our control, we didn't have the ability to deliver our core product. Now, what are you going to do in that situation? We framed the situation in the best possible light we could, but with honesty, with candor. Instead of telling people, oh my gosh, life is over, this is the worst thing that's ever happened, we framed it in terms like, listen, our friends, we've had this circumstance happen that's outside of our control, and we understand that it is a challenge for all of us to be able to navigate. And this is a time for leadership. This is a time for us to be able to come together for a common purpose in order to be able to weather this storm. So let us tell you all the things that we are doing in order to be able to fix this problem right now. We're doing this, and this. And let us also share with you the things that you need to be doing in order to be able to weather the storm that we can't do. This, and this. All right? So, and we would do that over an hour. And then we would say, okay, next week, we're going to give you another update. We're going to let you know what's going on. Okay? Another example. We had, during this period of time, this was a long time ago, so give me some grace on the technology thing. But back then, we had people would fax in an issue. If they had an issue, they would fill out a little form and they would fax it in, and our customer service would deal with it. Okay? Because customer service lines were long and people were waiting forever. And this was when long distance lines were expensive. And I had a stack of faxed customer service problems 4 feet tall. 4 feet tall. Every single one of those issues was a human being looking to be able to try and get a problem resolved. Okay? So, you know what I did? I brought the cameras in and I put the camera on the stack and I sat next to the stack and I said, me as president of the company, I am sitting here with the team and here's what we are doing to resolve this, because we know that you probably are somewhere in this stack and we're doing it first in, first out. We're doing the best we can. Here's all the people that we have. We're in this together. Here's what we're doing to solve the problem. Here's what we need you to do to solve the problem. You know, hang in there with us, buy us a little time, you know, and so candor, right? But positively framed buys trust. What happened with us is people gave us the benefit of the doubt because they knew we were telling them the truth. If we lied to them one time, we said, no, there's no problem. No, there's no problem at all. If we lied to them, they were gone. They were gone. We didn't lie to them. We told them the truth, but we framed it properly. So all of this said, I want to just give you step one in your ability to communicate as a leader, and that is your ability to connect. To connect. What are all the ways that you need to connect? If you call somebody, are you able to reach them? Not very often, right? So phone call alone is not enough. So let's make a list together. And I'd like you to comment in the comments below some things, a list of ways for you to communicate, because it needs to be multi-platform. If you have, let's start with email. If you have an email or a communication platform inside of your back office, that is one method of communication. An email system or email list on your own, Constant Contact or whatever it is, or something that your company has. The ability to send a group email to people, or to have people separated into different groups based upon rank, and to be able to email those people because you have different conversations with different groups of people. So email is not number one, but one of the issues, okay? Email. Text message. I would create a text message, or you could go find Google text message platforms to be able to connect your entire team. Now, it's not enough just to have a platform to be able to talk with people via SMS message, okay? You have to make sure that it's part of your culture, that everybody in your organization utilizes and logs in and plugs in to this strategy, opts in to receive these text messages. Now, it could be WhatsApp. It could be any one of the apps that are out there, or it could be just a simple SMS platform, okay? So we have email, we have SMS direct message, okay? SMS or WhatsApp, etc. A third strategy is phone call, obviously, and you could do phone call one-on-one. You could do phone call, small conference call, small groups. You could do phone call, conference call. You could do Zoom calls. You could do webinars, make it video. You could do Facebook Lives, the ability to connect with a broader audience. Another strategy, and a very important one that I would encourage you to use, is to create a group, like we talked last week, but just for your team, a team group, a group that everybody plugs into for the express purpose of communication. A group on Facebook or wherever you want to, whatever social media platform, create a group that your team opts into. Maybe it's a closed group that people have to ask permission to get into, so not everybody's in that group. But the purpose is that you need to teach people to plug into that group on a regular basis. And part of the way that you teach people to plug into that group on a regular basis is to give them regular value. What we had back in the TPN days when I was talking about these earlier communication challenges, we had a television network, and people had in their homes on TV, like you're watching right now on your phone or on your laptop or your tablet or whatever you're watching, we had the ability to, via satellite, connect into people's homes. So every Monday night, we did what we called our weekly communication show. Very creative name. Our weekly communication show. And it was usually about 2 hours, about an hour of updates, information, framing what was going on inside of the company properly. And then the second hour was training. We brought in either ourselves or guests in order to be able to provide some training for people. And do you think people naturally wanted to plug in to a 2-hour Monday night communication show when there was Monday Night Football, when they had things going on in the family? They didn't. But guess what me and the other owner decided to do? We made this a priority. If a leader talked to us, we would ask them a question that we talked about on the last week's communication show. And if they didn't know the answer to the question, we stopped talking to them. We just said, look, if we're there every Monday. If you're not there, you're not serious. Stop being a tourist. Go back and watch the show. When you're done watching the show, then come back and ask me the question. But don't be asking me questions that are included in the show, because it lets me know that you're not a leader. You need to plug in once a week in order to be able to be fully updated. Now, we had to pound on that for 18 months before it became part of the culture. Some people that are connected to this group know this is true. They were part of it. And they can comment below as far as how serious we were about that. But that's leadership. Leadership decided that this is important. Leadership decided that this was a priority. Leadership decided that this was a survival tactic, that we were preparing the organization to be connected before we needed them to be connected. We were able to talk to people before we need it. It's like my friend Harvey McKay says, dig your well before you're thirsty. Prepare your communication platform before you need it. Get everybody connected, from the brand new person that just signed up 15 minutes ago to the person who's been involved for the last 15 years. It doesn't matter. Nobody's too cool for this. Nobody's too special. Nobody's too new. Everybody's got to be connected. You got to be prepared before you need it. Okay? So, because, look, again, will obstacles occur? Yes. Will change happen? Of course. Will products change? Yes. Will regulatory issues hit you? Absolutely. Will there be unfair press articles? We got hit with unfair press articles, but we were bulletproof to that stuff. You know why? Because we got onto our group, connected to our group before anybody else, and we framed that whole story. So instead of everybody being, oh my God, have you seen this? Have you seen that? All this gossip, they say, yeah, we already talked about it. We're past it. We framed it in a positive light with candor, right? With authenticity, with honesty. But we framed that situation. We controlled the narrative. We got in front of the story, but you can't get in front of the story if you're not connected. So create community utilizing technology however you have to do it. Whether it's a regular Zoom call that you require everybody in your team to get on. It's a regular Facebook Live that you require everybody to check in on once a week, even if it's 15 minutes long. if it's a regular conference call that you require people to connect with, regular connection on WhatsApp, regular connection via text message, regular connection in your back office, whatever it is, consistency builds trust. Your ability to communicate on these platforms builds trust, transfers belief, connects the organization in a way that gives them a chance to be able to weather the storm. So look, you know what we used to have to do? This is my walking to school both ways uphill in the snow story. We had to rent a satellite in the sky for $250,000 a month. Okay? We had to have $400,000 worth of video equipment to be able to do what I'm doing on Facebook Live, sitting in my son's bedroom with a laptop. $400,000 worth of equipment. We had to edit that stuff in real time and get it up to people in the evening, right? We had to spend $1 million to be able to have the communication platform that you have in your pocket. But a communication platform unused is worthless. A communication platform unwatched is also worthless. So guess where it starts? If you're brand new, okay? You have one person on your team. Set up a group chat with that one person and start talking about what's going on. And when you add one more person to your team, add them to the group chat. Add them to your group on Facebook before it's big. Create a special group for your team on Facebook. Add them to the group. Add them to the email list. Add them to the group chat. Add them to the WhatsApp. Add them to the text chain. Add them to the Instagram conversation. Whatever it is, add them. And then through value and consistency. It wasn't just value, so you know. It was not just value that caused people to watch our Monday Night Communication show. It wasn't. Value was a piece of it. It was leadership. We told the team, this is important. Do it if you want to have any connection with us whatsoever. We told the leaders, if you don't have your team on here, don't call me. Literally. If you're not watching the show, do not call me. Don't give me your questions. Don't give me your nonsense. Don't give me your attitude. Don't give me your problems. I don't want to hear about it. If people ask me a question that was on the Monday Night Communication show, you know what I told them? They say, well, what's the dates of the convention again? I said, we cover that every single week on the communication show. Maybe you should go watch it. I didn't answer the question. How much are your tickets again? It's on the show. Go watch it. Well, what are we doing with this product ingredient? It's on the show. Go watch it. Don't talk to me about this stuff. I am not your shortcut. We created a platform so we can all grow faster than without this platform. I want you to be thinking about preparing for an organization that lasts forever. I talked about my buddy Harvey McKay. He has a great mission statement. You know what his mission statement is for his company? His mission statement is this: to be in business forever. Now think about that for a second. To be in business forever. If you're building a team forever, how important is it that you have the ability to communicate with every single person on that team? How important? On a scale of 1 to 10. Give me a number. Put it into the comments. How important, if you want to build a team that lasts forever, beyond your lifetime, hundreds and hundreds of years, on a scale of 1 to 10, how important is it that you build a communication platform to be able to deal with every single piece of adversity that is going to be thrown at you over the course of those hundreds of years? How important is it? I see 2 10s. I got a little bit of delay. Yeah. 10, 10, 10, 10, 10. Right? It's wildly important. Now, let me ask you this. What does your communication platform look like right now? Yours, not your company's and not your uplines. What is your communication platform? How would you rate your platform? So put in the comments, platform and a number. What is your platform? How would you rate it on a scale of 1 to 10? If everybody's saying it's a, this is a 10, 10, 10, I'm building a business forever. This is a 10, 10, 10, 10, 10, 11, lasts forever, 10, 10, 10, 10, 10. On the platform, how conscious are you in utilizing the tools that are available to you today for the cost of your phone? How conscious are you of making this a priority? It's either a priority for you or it is not. Guess how we're going to know? All we have to do is ask you a few questions. What does your platform look like? What's your ability to connect with every single person on your team? Whoever has the ability, if disaster strikes, you have to have the ability to reach every single person within your organization in less than 30 minutes. Everybody. So in our VIP team, guess how they reach people? They know that they can't just send an email because that doesn't work for everybody. It works for some. They know they can't just call people because some people don't even answer the phone. They know they can't just text people because text people, sometimes they don't respond to text. They know they can't just Facebook message everybody because not everybody looks at Facebook message. They know they just can't Instagram message everybody because not everybody's on Instagram. So you know what they do? They do all of it. If I want to reach somebody, I ask the VIP team to do all of it until they reach them. Now, on top of that, you have to also prepare those people to be reached. That is leadership. Prepare your people to be reached. Prepare your people to be available when the timing is critical. Let's say you're in a product launch and you need to reach every single person on your team. Would you rather start putting together your communication platform? I work with a company that just did a product launch May 1st. And they had their biggest day of their history. And don't go mentioning the company. I know many of you are watching, but just don't go mention it in the comments. They had the biggest day in their company history. But I will tell you, it is 1/10 of what that day could have been if everybody within that organization, every customer, every distributor was connected fully. They only reached maybe 5% of the people who are in their business in that product launch. Less than 10% for sure. The other 90% didn't even know about it. Still today, it is what? May 15th? Still today, I would venture to say at least 75% of the people within their organization don't even know about the product that was launched. We're not even aware of it because everybody thought they could just send a Facebook message and that was going to do it. They could just do a Facebook Live and everybody was going to see it. That's not enough. Dig your well before you're thirsty. So when the next product launch comes, not everybody's going to engage, but at least everybody will see it. Everybody will have a chance. Everybody will hear the story. Everybody will learn because you have to have a multiple pronged communication platform in order to be effective. So platform, so I'm hearing 10s, 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 platform 8, platform 0, platform 10, fantastic. Platform 3, platform a mess, platform 2 out of 10, platform 2, platform 3, 2, 7, 8, 6, 0, 7, 8, 6. So here's the thing. Just because you have 4 Facebook groups does not mean you're reaching everybody. Okay? So I wouldn't give you a 10 if you just because you have great Facebook groups. Because guess what? Facebook won't let you reach everybody. Facebook itself will stop you from reaching everybody. Okay? So if you're inside of a Facebook group, you got to turn on see first. You got to teach your team to do that. Plus you need to use this to be able to send them an SMS or a text message or a WhatsApp message when something comes out. Plus you need to be able to have an email communication strategy to be able to reach them. Plus you need to be able to put Zoom out there or conference calls. Plus you have to have regular communication in order to be able to build that rapport with these people and bring them value. Plus. Getting it? So I'm just looking at comments real quick. You can reach almost every single person quickly, Shar says. You might think you can, but are they seeing it as another thing, Shar? And you might be. But let's say you send every single person in your organization an email. That doesn't mean they're all going to see it. It's going to go into all kinds of different folders that it's not going to be in their primary folder. Use the app Reach for a text platform. Fantastic. Platform 6, all of it. I'm just too quiet. I could do that, but I'm just too quiet. You know, Timothy, it's time to step up and be a stronger leader. That's why you're here. Do all of them. Here's what I want you to understand. Inside of GoPro Academy, you know what I want for you? I want you to be the best in the world. And to be the best in the world, you got to be thinking about things other people do not think about. When was the last time you heard about having a 10-tentacle communication platform in order to be able to reach your people before you need it? This isn't talked about very often. I want you to think about it. So where do you learn how to use all these systems? Just start, Frank. Just start. SMS is easy. How many people you have on your team? You have 4 people on your team. Create a group chat with 4 people on your team. You don't know how to do a group chat on your text message? Google, how do I do a group chat on text message? It'll tell you. Google, how do I do a Zoom call? Google, how do I set up a Facebook group? Google, how do I use WhatsApp? Google, how do I do a group email? It's no problem. You got this. So look, you don't use email, Shar, but use everything. I used all the methods you've spoken about and have learned to ask in my launch process how they best communicate. I use the 2 methods they ask for the most and keep them included in all others, Facebook chat group, etc. Fantastic. The more you do that, the better you're going to be, okay? Now, one thing is to get them set up. The other thing, and I'll leave you with this, a little bit shorter this week, because I want you to get back to what you got to do, and I got to get back to what I got to do. What I want you to be thinking about, one is to set up the platform, but setting up the platform is not enough. You can set up the platform, but if you don't train your team to consume the information that you are sending out, it's not enough. It's the tree that falls in the forest, nobody hears it, right? You have to train your team. You have to use all of your leadership to get them to plug into whatever communication platform you're using. You have to use all of your leadership to get them to engage in that communication. If it's on Facebook especially, get them to engage, because if they engage in the communication, then Facebook will show it to them even more. If they don't engage, you have to tell them, I need you to give me some emojis. I need you to comment this. I need you to share this with this person. I need you to do this. I need you to do that. You need to give instructions. You need to give assignments, okay? You need to train your team that every time they add a person to the organization, that person gets added to all the communication platforms. You need to train your team to let their new people know why it's important to be connected on all these platforms, why this gives this team a competitive advantage over everybody else in the world. The most connected and the most nimble, the most communicated and the most positively framed group is going to win. I want you to win. So look, every great system starts small. Every great communication platform starts terrible. You're going to get better. What I don't want you to feel is overwhelmed by any of this. I just want you to put in your mind, it's important. If I want to build a team that lasts forever, it's important that I create a communication platform that best connects me with that team in as close to real time as possible. So I'm going to start on the process now, and every day I'm going to get a little better. Every day I'm going to get better at leading people to consume the content on those platforms. Every day, if a new platform shows up, I'm going to adopt that platform and I'm going to use that. Okay? Every day I'm going to get better, because the most connected and the most positively framed and the most proactively led groups are going to win the game. If you want to be in business forever, this is a very important step. So, hope you got value from this. 35 minutes instead of our usual hour. But look, use this, post your comments. I want to see in the comments this week, here's your assignment, what you're doing to improve your communication platform and to improve your leadership of people engaging in that communication platform in the effort to set up a system so you can be in business forever. Okay? That's the assignment. Put it in the comments so we can all see it and we'll share the wisdom together. Okay? I love you all. I hope you're having a spectacular, amazing day. And I'm going to go back to mayhem. Hope you have a great day, great weekend. Can't wait to see you next Wednesday. Love you all. Take care. Bye-bye.